Let's talk about Ohio State and Penn State. A big-time matchup in the Big Ten. Ohio State, they're confident, and they're on a mission. Just plain and simple, they are on a mission to get back what they feel like is theirs. The crown is not in Columbus right now. It's over there in Ann Arbor. That's where the Big Ten championship crown is laying. And so Ohio State got their shoulders back, and they are on, if they're saying it or not, they're on a revenge tour. In this game against Penn State, the bar has been set by Michigan already. We saw what Michigan did to Penn State. And so Ohio State is saying, all right, that's what you did. Let's go one-up it. That's the feeling around this program. They're very confident. Now that they can't look past this program because it's in Happy Valley, but that's sort of the feel around the Buckeyes going into this game. For Penn State, there's some quiet confidence, especially from the fan base around this program, because they feel like, at least defensively, this is the operation that they are built to defend. Manny Diaz come over there from the DC, done a really nice job, quite frankly, and they feel like, okay, we are building towards a game like this to where maybe it all fits together, and we have our signature win, if you will. Got some confidence boosted last week against Minnesota. Offense did some really nice things, but this is Ohio State. You better bring your hard hat and lunch pail because you got to go to work for 4 quarters. Should be a whole lot of fun. Should learn a lot about both programs. There's going to be some ballers on the field, though, on Saturday. Like, there is some units outside there. I mean, Kalen King, Joey Porter Jr. are 2 NFL corners, and Ohio State just has a myriad of NFL wide receivers. Jackson Smith-Njigba, as of the time of this show being on air, no real insight as to what his status is going to be in this game. He played last week. Looks like he came up a little bit gingerly on the final play of his snap count, but still, Julian Fleming, Emeka Egbuka, we could keep going down the list here. They got guys. So you will see NFL wide receivers versus NFL corners. That is a huge hinge point in this game, because if Ohio State can win there and win consistently, it's going to be a lot of points scored. Ohio State is leading the country right now in terms of points scored per game, and Penn State, for as flashy as they've been at times offensively, you put pressure on Sean Clifford to be good Sean Clifford. I mean, you really do. That's just kind of the fact of the matter, because for Penn State, that's what they need. They need Sean Clifford to show up and be able to keep pace with Ohio State if those receivers get in the end zone consistently. But again, it's an NFL kind of matchup on the outside. So we're going to learn a whole lot about both those units with, quite frankly, I think the best of both of those teams going head up. Now for Penn State, let's flip that on its head. Let's say they do have the juice defensively, right? Let's just say they find a way to stop the pass on that day. Let's flip it. They don't stop the pass, they minimize the pass. They kind of neutralize the pass. If they're able to do that, it allows Penn State to focus more on stopping the run, because Joey Porter Jr., he's out on an island, he's chilling. Kalen King, he's out on an island, he's chilling. You got him. It's a big ask. It's a lot to ask from your defensive backs, but I think it's what you need to do. Because if you have to commit more to the run game, you might have issues over the top. But for Penn State, if they're able to stop the run and take care of that on the back end and trust their guys, they have a chance to stay in it. They have a chance to sort of force a recalibration mode from Ohio State. And we saw that last week from the Buckeyes. I think it was good for them. I think it helps them in this game. But ultimately, for Ohio State, if they have to recalibrate, you allow Penn State to sort of get their bearings, stay in this game, and things could get interesting. So keep an eye on that. We already mentioned it. Is Sean Clifford in the building? The good Sean Clifford, rather. Is he in the building, and is he ready to bring his A game to the table? Because they're going to have to keep pace like we already talked about. I think, to put it even more specifically, Penn State may need to throw to be able to run. Now, what do I mean by that? Penn State has weapons. I mean, Parker Washington, Brenton Strange, Mitchell Tinsley. We could go down the list here. They got some guys. They got to eat. That has to be the strength of their program, especially early. Because the worry is for Penn State, if you want to take time to establish the run and sort of just hand it off to Singleton, hand it off to Allen, if that works early, unbelievable. Then you got some gas to work with. But if not, if that stalls out 2 drives, dare I say 3 drives, well, guess what? You look up at the scoreboard and say, oh boy, 17-0, Ohio State. And now we got to play catch-up. This team's not built to do that. They got to find a way to draw first blood, and doing it through the air would be really encouraging and set up best for Penn State going forward. Because Ohio State, they're only allowing 2.9 yards a carry. It's one of the best in the country. I think it's top 3 right now in the country in terms of run defense. You don't really want to bet on that. Now, if you can throw to set up the run, now we're talking, right? Now we're talking. But I think we just mentioned what that would mean for Ohio State. If they can stop that and get up, I mean, things could get ugly quick, fast, in a hurry. I think there's no way around it. We talked about it with Georgia earlier, but the backbreaker for Ohio State in this game for me is that they want the Michigan special. Like, there is motivation outside of this game when it comes to what Michigan did against Penn State. Because Ohio State saw that and saw them run for 400-plus yards and said, okay, that was nice. Let's see what we got. And I promise you, the way that Michigan made a statement in that game with running the football and playing tough and putting up points, Ohio State's going to take the exact same approach. Travion Henderson, one of the best backs in the country, I think he pops off big time in this game. C.J. Stroud, I think he gets his 3 touchdowns that he typically will get on any given afternoon. I think the wide receivers still eat, but the trenches for Ohio State, I think this is kind of their physical statement game. Talk about take shape Saturday. I think Ohio State puts some really good things on their resume with their big boys and with their running backs and that front 7. I think it's just an all-out clinic. So with that being said, I think Ohio State wins this game 44-27, beating Penn State in Happy Valley, and that collision course just continues to trend more and more towards the Ohio State-Michigan game at the end of the year. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.